So Microsoft, that company that's got everybody all up in arms, decided to get up and just do a complete and total 180 on all of its policies. What are we thinking about that?
Because they had to do something. They lost so many people to Sony's, I'm going to give the game away, and I can just trade with whoever I want, that Xbox was losing so many pre-orders.
Could Microsoft be any more of a coward than they already are?
I disagree with you there. It's not cowardice to listen and say, okay, nobody's going to buy it if we do this. So...
But the thing about it is, the way that they did it, they ended up losing customers because now people are mad that they're removing features that were previously
They
promised.
lost less than they gained. They gained a lot more.
I will agree.
I agree with that as well.
What's going on, YouTube? Three guys being loud to Ignant here. Today, even though we started out talking about, the Microsoft, that's just pretty much too big of news not to even mention. But that's not going to be the focus of today. Today, we're just going to talk about things we hate in gaming. And,
there's a list.
Yeah, there's a big old long list. We're going to try to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to jump this off.
Go for
I
it.
hate graduated downloadable content.
Yes.
And just to clarify, because that's a loaded statement, the new Killer Instinct. So they announced Killer Instinct, they show off all these characters, it looks all great, they got everybody all excited,
Yep.
and then they announced that when you get the game, you're only going to have 2 characters. Any more characters that you want to play with, you get to pick and choose, and you have to pay for each one, or you can just pay one fee and unlock them all. But why does that even seem viable?
You know what a great idea is? Let's take a classic game that everybody loves, not to mention the fighting game, and let's just only make 2 characters. I get more characters than that in demos.
Oh my god. I can't tell you how many times I've come across that issue, and I just want to punch that game designer in the face.
Along the same lines, I hate on-the-disc DLC. Now,
Yes.
I understand downloadable content. I get that. We're looking at you, Capcom. But to put it on the disc, so it's ready at launch, but yet we're not going to give it to you when you buy it.
No.
We're going to make you pay for it later on.
They don't do that because that's the same thing that Mass Effect got in trouble with. Mass Effect 3 came out with day 1 DLC from Ashes. And the problem was, it's basically saying, oh, well, we've got this DLC that's almost story-based. You really need to know what goes on in this DLC in order to understand why we won against the Reapers.
Yeah.
But we're going to make you pay an extra $10 on top of the $60 you're already paying us right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so day 1 DLC does not work, but it's inevitable. Because you know that EA and Activision, they're commissioning their game developers to make DLC while they're making the actual game. They just won't release it until a month down the line.
Exactly.
Everything's done.
Yeah, day 1 DLC is basically about getting pre-orders. Is all it is.
Exactly.
Because, pre-orders are kind of like everybody's expected gross on how the game's gonna go. But still, day 1 DLC is just an annoyance because it doesn't matter if you pre-order or not. You're still gonna get it for some games, like for instance WWE 13.
Correct.
Exactly.
Mike Tyson was day 1 DLC. I didn't pre-order it at all. I got 2 weeks after launch, still got the code to download it. So
Left 4 Dead 2 is a big example of that. They came out and made this whole big thing about, if you pre-order it, you'll get a code for a special bat. Little did we know, everybody that can play the game can use that bat.
Yeah.
So I put in a code for nothing.
So what about you, Octo? Things you hate in game.
God, if I had to pick one thing off my list, and trust me, my list was very long, it would have to be the fact that you can post your achievements on social networks. It annoys the hell out of me so much because I will be on Facebook and then I'll get like 20 different messages saying like so-and-so got this certain achievement on this game. And I'm like...
But when you do those achievements, you want to flaunt it and you want to show everybody.
Who cares? I don't
Nobody
want to play
cares.
the game. I wish that there would be like a filter, like only for certain games that you have. I wish it was kind of filtered that way instead of just games that
So it's like a competition thing. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
my friend's playing the same game as I am. Oh, he did that thing that I haven't done yet. I need to jump on that.
That's what I kind of wish
Yep.
it was, but now it's just really annoying and it just blows up my Facebook.
Well, I could see that, considering there are so many games out there that people just use to pad their gamer score or their
Right.
PSN score. Hannah Montana. So, I mean, I
Nothing could be worse than Avatar: The Last Airbender. It is the easiest 1,000 gamer score you can get for the Xbox. You stand in a corner and just hit combo after combo against infinitely spawning guys, 1,000 achievement points.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
Done.
That's true.
So, what about you?
For me, hands down, it would have to be the fact that when I go and buy a $60 game and I get home and it's got maybe 3 hours of content,
Okay.
I hate
Yeah.
that.
And you know, we're seeing that a lot more these days. Gamers just
Yeah.
aren't getting the same. You're not getting the same value for your dollar.
Not even, I understand if the game isn't necessarily long story-wise, but there's usually some replay value. I mean, look at when Devil May Cry came out. I really enjoyed that game. I could beat it in about 6 hours just on my casual playthrough. But there was replay value because there was harder difficulties, which you were able to use your abilities and unlock
Yeah.
more things. But look at now, they came out with the new Deus Ex, Human
Human
Revolution.
Revolution, and that has, I would say, a good maybe 9 hours of gameplay. It would be even shorter if you didn't do any side quests or check anything out. But you can't do a new game plus. You have to start over. And that, for me, defeats the purpose of starting over.
Exactly. It kind of kills it. And you know, and I've noticed that there's been a decline of New Game Plus, and there's just been a decline in game difficulty.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
wondering if these
Oh, yeah.
games aren't getting shorter because they're getting easier to
Mhm.
appeal more to broader audiences, or if there's actually less content. Because I'm trying to go back and think
Right.
about it,
Yeah.
and you know, take the original Mario. You know, you could speed run that game in 5 minutes.
Oh, sure.
But
Oh, yeah.
that used to be premium content.
But then again, how many times have we played Super Mario? I mean, the replayability is through the roof.
Yeah.
Yes, but when you were little and you played that for the first time, there's no way you could get it done in a day.
No.
In a week. I mean, it took me months to finally be able to beat Super Mario Brothers. And you know, you feel like you're getting your money's
Right,
worth
yeah.
out of it. Nowadays, I can see 6-year-olds picking up games
Exactly.
and beating it first time.
Even-
through.
And I think also quality is also hindering
It is.
games as well. Take for instance Rage that came out.
Yep.
I thought in the beginning it looked awesome,
Mhm.
but as I got near the end, it just looked lackluster.
And it was repetitive.
Yes,
was.
it was.
It was hyped up so much. That's another game issue, is when they hype it up so much in the trailer, and then you actually get the game, and it's just nothing like you
It's
expected.
absolutely nothing like it.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it works out to the better, but sometimes it doesn't. And I would have to say more often than not, I feel disappointed.
It doesn't. So, all right, YouTube, that's what we think. Those are some of the things that are aggravating us with games. Make sure you comment below. Let us know what you think. Also, have any ideas for future shows? Make sure you leave that below. Like, comment, subscribe.
Comment down below telling us what your least favorite thing about gaming is.
Yes.
Bash him all the time.
So, we'll catch y'all later.